Hey everybody. So I wanted to make this video for essentially anyone that is interested in learning about machine learning and AI and deep learning, but doesn't know where to start, doesn't have any experience, any background necessarily specifically in it. So the very first place that I would start is I think it's important that you get a conceptualization of certain ideas within AI and machine learning and deep learning and understand how certain components of it work. For example, what is a transformer? How do transformers work? What's their role? What are the different models, the different algorithms used? When would you use a particular algorithm? What are the benefits of different models in different scenarios? All types of things like that. And then so to me, the very first and best place to start is on Coursera. It's a completely free course, Machine Learning Specialization by Andrew Ng from Stanford, and then you can enroll for free, and you can see like basically anyone that is interested in AI has taken this course, and then I would definitely recommend it to anyone. And then the second aspect that I would recommend is that Google Cloud has their generative AI learning path that you can take, and then they have essentially like 10 courses within their generative AI path that you can take, and they're increasing complexity, and they include also hands-on labs, which is the benefit of this. So with the Andrew Ng course, you get like experience, and then it does include some coursework. But with the Google Cloud, it's specifically like it's requirement and built in order to like go forward and move forward to complete the lab work and the assignments. And they're generally easy and to work through labs. And then the other resource that I would recommend, especially if you're interested in the like Salesforce ecosystem at all, is Trailhead, and then everything that they have with regards towards AI. And they have a bunch of AI courses. I just typed in artificial intelligence on Trailhead, and it looks like they have tons and tons and tons of courses. Salesforce is going like really big into AI, so basically anything that you would want to know about AI, they have courses here available for that. And then so to me, like once you get the foundational understanding and then you go through it from a coursework perspective, to me, like the next thing that you want to do is play around with the technology. And then and you can start that while you're training as well. And then so to me, the best place to overall to go for trying to learn anything about AI and like seeing models in action is a website called Hugging Face, huggingface.co. And it's like GitHub, but it's like GitHub for machine learning essentially. And then yours will look a little bit different than mine because mine is just auto logging into dark mode. But at the top, you'll see different navigations. So this will all probably look very new to you, but so models, data sets, spaces, docs, solutions, and pricing. Very first thing I'll talk about is docs. So if you go specifically to docs and then you go here, there's a lot of resources that are available and that you can read through for anything that you want to as far as learning. There's also the community that's available. So lots of like resources and documentation that you can look through and learning materials, and then utilizing the search as well to essentially like train yourself and help yourself learn more. But then getting hands-on, where you would want to go is to Spaces. And then so the first one that you'll notice is it'll default to sort by recently updated, and then it will give you Spaces of the week. But so these will generally be newer spaces, and then it's kind of trying to advertise them. But so generally what I would recommend, the first thing that you would want to do is go here, and then this default that's sort recently updated, change it to most likes. And then this will give you kind of an overview of all of the spaces that are currently available that you can go through. And then so Stable Diffusion is a popular one for image generation. And then so you can, if you want to play around with diffusion models, DALL-E is also a for image generation. OpenLLM leaderboard. So some of these are just more like for LLM leaderboards, kind of like an ELO system for different models, showcasing them. And then so not all of them will be stuff that you can utilize, but like Music Gen is a cool one, for example. This is like it literally for generating music. Let's see what else. Bark is for translating, yeah, like for essentially like turning into audio, and then it does take a while. Some of these will take a while to generate, and then you'll notice that there's a queue in the spaces and things like that. But it's definitely cool to play around with, see the different types of AI technology, and then once you play around and you see the different spaces, you'll notice, okay, this is like text-based model, this is vision, audio, etc. And then so you can see the different modalities within AI, and then some of some of the unique ones will have different like all combined modalities. So like for example, GPT plus Wolfram Alpha gives you like the combined modality, and then this is actually a really cool feature. Essentially enables you to enable speech for GPT. You can talk to GPT, do all different types of things. This utilizes GPT specifically. But then so diving deeper, let's say that you're at this point, you play around with the spaces, and then you actually want to start setting up and playing around with machine learning itself. Like, okay, I've seen how other people can do it. How do I start playing around and doing these things myself? So like if you, the very first thing that you want to know about coding AI is that, so if you want to code anything on a local level, like on save it to your computer or anything like that, you're going to have to install Jupyter, like it's Jupyter, and then you'll code everything in Jupyter notebooks. But you can also, it's a free resource that's available at Google Colab. And then if you just type in Google Colab, you get access to this, which is essentially like a Jupyter notebook that you can run, and Google gives you access to completely free. And then that everyone has access to, that you can utilize and essentially do anything that you would want with the within your own space, like kind of your own Jupyter notebook online. And then so what we would want to use this for specifically is, like, let's say that we want to run one of these models and try to run them in a Jupyter notebook. We're trying to experiment with machine learning, so we go to models here on Hugging Face, and then let's try to pick probably not something to do with like natural language processing. Maybe we want something that is more simplistic, like we want like maybe like a text-to-speech model. And then so we have here, let's see, I've never even tried this. So this is Microsoft Text-to-Speech. And then so essentially what I'm going through, like we can see when we first pulled up, we have the model card, which will give descriptions, and then all the instructions. This is how you use it. You definitely want to read through this, how to get started with the model, how to load it in, etc. But one thing that I want to highlight is that with the Hugging Face platform, they make it really easy to, essentially it's called using transformers. And then so I can essentially utilize this really easily within Jupyter notebooks. And then so if I just copy this code and then I go to this Jupyter notebook I've created, I don't know if this is going to work. I've never tried like this particular model in a Jupyter notebook, so we're going to try it for the first time in this video. So in my Jupyter notebook, one of the first things that I know that I need to install this is I just need to do pip install transformers. And then this is kind of one of the things that you'll get and understand as you go through and you start like gaining experience with with the technology and the platform, knowing that you're going to have to do this first. If I didn't do that, then we would run into an error because it wouldn't know where to pull from. But so now all I'm going to do is very simply, again, I just pulled this model from Transformers, and then this is essentially text-to-speech model that's a pre-trained model, and that's the good thing about when we're doing that, like pulling directly in from transformers, is that it's going to pull in all pre-trained models. So I'm not going to have to train this model at all, and then of course we get an error with it, and then it says that note is failing due to a missing package. What's the package that it's missing? Oh, sentence piece. Okay, so that's easy. We can just add another line of code here, and then we want to do pip install sentence piece. And then again, like, these are things that you'll understand and you'll pick up on as you go through. But I think that I have to, like, and you'll learn and go through as you experiment. But there are things that I know. But so you'll have to, I think after I install sentence piece, we're going to have to restart the kernel for this, I'm pretty sure. But we can go ahead and try it just to make sure. But I'm like 99% sure, yeah, we're going to have to restart the kernel. So we go to runtime, and then we want to restart and run all. We'll hit yes. Then generally it doesn't restart and run all. So again, things that you pick up on as you go through it. But so now we'll go through. Cell's running now. Okay, now it's running. And then we'll let it go through and do its thing. And it should work this time. Again, this is my very first time like utilizing and trying this particular model, so I have no idea what's going to happen here when we run it, but we'll find out in a second. And like the big thing that I would highlight as this is loading is that the most important thing is just to be able to experiment and then take your time and learn and realize that everyone has to learn this from somewhere. I had to learn Python from scratch. Everyone has to learn all of this, on your own. So if you run into errors, the good thing about Python is that you can utilize like searches and search like what the code is erroring. So if you don't know what the error is, for example, with that last one, we could have researched and then it would have showed that we had to restart. And then so now we have, in this instance, we have a fully imported speech to this is for text-to-speech model. So if we wanted to play around further with a text-to-speech model within this notebook, it's all loaded in. It loaded in fine. This is really good. It's not utilizing much RAM, much of the RAM that's given to us. So this is again the free Google Colab version, and then so showcasing how easy it is to, like, if you especially just want to play around with pre-trained models, to go from not knowing a lot to just going in and then experimenting. And then the big thing to me is, again, just making sure that you're starting off with the solid foundation. Stanford puts out, like, they help you with that, with everything possible. If you can get through this course and understand this course, you're going to have the foundation that you need. Take the time, do the actual coursework, do research, don't rush it, and then you have further deep dives that you can do with regards towards your learning. Then play around with actual models and then see how they work. Go through the different spaces and then play through with the different types of AI. Apply what you've learned, and then go through and then pick a model, and then actually go hands-on, either on your own with a Jupyter Notebook or within Google Colab, and then just play around. And it's really that straightforward. There's lots of resources available every step of the way. Great community resources, again, on Hugging Face, GitHub, multiple different places. So anyone that is interested in getting into machine learning, there's the impediment is simply just having the motivation to do it. The resources are out there for everyone, and then once you get your head around the technology and you grasp it, and then you understand the basics of coding, and then that's probably, I think, the hardest part is what you need to know as far as like coding experience if you're not familiar with Python, going into it, things like that. But it's, you can, everything, even if you don't have a background in Python, for example, everything is involved and able to walk you through every step of the way. You have resources. There's lots of documentation on anything that you're doing. So if you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. Thank you very much.